We are now less than 2 weeks away from the start of the 437 Project's Trek on Foot across the entire state of South Dakota, from its border with Wyoming to its border with Iowa. In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, Dan Santella shows us how running across a whole state might be the simple part.
Running is relatively simple. You put one foot in front of the other and don't stop. Benson Langet and Dr. Ronnie Radigan each do it exceptionally well. Langet has completed 7 marathons, while Radigan has done around 13.
Personally, I enjoy running a lot, and I could go out for a 15-minute run, and if I could feel very tired, and by the 15 minutes into it, you feel energized.
As a counselor, Langet works with people struggling with mental health.
A lot of the time, it's really getting someone to have the hope again, to feel good about themselves, to really think about how can I be the best version of myself with everything going on.
Similarly, Radigan is a psychiatrist.
I see patients going through multiple different crises.
They'll each be running in this month's 437 Project. 12 runners will cross the whole state of South Dakota in a relay format. The effort is a fundraiser for the Helpline Center, which connects South Dakotans with mental health resources.
It's to bring that awareness, to say, hey, it is okay to ask for help.
Last year, the 437 Project raised more than $120,000 for the organization.
We use those funds to support our grief support outreach program for people who have lost loved ones to suicide. As we worked with the 437 Project across the state, we heard from family members all over the state that had lost loved ones to suicide.
Help was on the way.
So we expanded our grief outreach support, created a new website that specifically has resources, and then created a booklet that could be handed out to anybody across the state on how to cope with the grief and the loss when somebody dies by suicide.
Radigan says a straightforward and to-the-point question is the best route if you're concerned a loved one may be thinking about self-harm.
Not, are you having self-harming thoughts, but rather, are you experiencing suicidal thoughts? Are you feeling suicidal? Being very direct when you ask it.
Furthermore, that question could very well spark relief.
Often there's this myth that by asking the question that you're maybe implanting the thought in their mind, but that is a complete myth and not true. Most patients are actually comforted that somebody noticed and asked.
It's no small matter to run across an entire Midwestern state. But Langet says that's not what weighs heaviest.
The running part is easy. It's the emotion that you deal with later. It's why you're doing it for, who you're doing it for.
When he, Radigan, and the other 10 runners cross South Dakota, they won't be alone.
I have 2 uncles that have taken their lives because of it. So emotionally, you get to the point where it's like it weighs heavy on you. And so then you're just thinking about those, those individuals and other people who could be struggling.
So many of my patients tell me, I must be the only one. Something's different about me, but you're not. There are millions of patients in the United States that are experiencing suicidal thoughts. To not be ashamed. But
it tends to be really heavy. The legs would just keep moving. The brain is going to be working, and seeing the beautiful state can't go wrong.
One foot in front of the other.
Every step is going to mean something.
With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Dan Santella.
The runners will depart from the west side of the state on September 21st and return to Sioux Falls on September 24th. Dan will be following the group as they make their journey across the state. Stay tuned for his reporting from the road.